Hello there, and welcome to this week's late edition of Queer and where we get extremely queer in this edition and this session because we're right in the middle of Pride, which just so happened, happily, to coincide with Ahdar Day, which is basically Pride in our session. So this session's a lot of fun. We sadly do not have Kristen again due to some house moving issues and Wi-Fi not working and whatnot, but we've got everyone else and we're going to have quite a little bit of fun. Had quite a bit of tech difficulties because this wouldn't be Queer and if we didn't have tech difficulties. So the second half of the session we're hoping that we've got audio only. If not, oh, this is moving again. Okay, well, we'll just jump right in and hope that we have all of our session. Okay, so starting off where we ended last time. So last session we finished off at a singing dragon, and you getting all your weapons ready and headed off to meet Chief Guardsman Tamal for your stakeout of Paris's house. On your way there, you had a discussion over what name your adventuring party would take, and you went through a cycle of names like Pussy Bandits, Chromatic Spectrum, or Chrome Spectrum, but none of these really seem right at all. And then you finally decided on Rainbow Posse, and that the entire journey from the Singing Dragon to the barracks, Guardsman Tamal is. That conversation took that entire. That was a good 30-40 minute conversation. When you got there, he quickly grabbed his axe and headed out with you towards Paris's house, where it was pretty quiet and you split up towards two alleys to hide. But that didn't last for very long, because the second that she turned up and went into the house, Tamal decided, let's get a head start on this, chapped on the door without telling anyone, and you were pretty much straight into combat from there. Mm-hmm. Combat went pretty quickly, with Tix finally managing to subdue her when she grabbed a bottle filled with the blue smoke powder and threw it down on the ground to try and make a quick escape when she got too low on her HP. But a well-placed hit with disadvantage from Tix managed to take her out. You then stabilised her and decided to question her, where she revealed that she was hired by Eamon Asta, Lady Asta's younger nephew, as he wanted the money and was jealous that his brother had become betrothed to the girl that he had shown. Tamal took her back to the barracks for her story to be verified by Zone of Truth. In that whole confrontation there, Tix did reveal their changeling side and turned into the divergent persona of the dwarf healer. So now Chief Guardsman Tamal has an extreme wariness of Tix, which was shown when you got back to the barracks to your reward and find out you were actually getting that. He was very reluctant and to hand over the reward, kind of stared at Tix a little bit before you all headed outside with your 200 gold pieces each for your reward. That's just your reward from Chief Guardsman Tamal. There's nothing to do with the reward from Lady Asta. And then you decided pretty much a good time, about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, to head off and speak to Rhea in her warehouse. She was understandably occupied at this time with her wife in her room, and the guards at the warehouse were reluctant to let you in, but you wore them down enough that they let you in. Rhea was none too pleased, but she graciously accepted you in a way, fired Vander once the story had been revealed, and then provided you all the reward from her, which was 2,000 gold to split up amongst the 5. And she wished you a happy Ahdar Day and headed back to her wife. And that's where we left off. So, what would you like to do? It's probably about 1 o'clock in the morning at this point.
Oh. So, are you guys ready to head back?
Yeah, I think so. Yes. Cool.
Heading back then to the Singing Dragon. It's busiest you've ever seen it. There's a bouncer outside now at this point, and there's a huge lineup outside. And the lineup has maybe 50 people in it, all people waiting to try and get into the singing dragon. But the bouncer outside, he does recognise you as being patrons of the singing dragon and staying there, so he does let you inside. Not that you can make your way too far inside, because it is jam-packed in there. If there were fire code regulations, you would probably be breaking every single fire code regulation that there is. The decoration inside has now changed as well from saw it previously. There now appears to be the cloth swathes of fabric that were running across roofs of all the houses and shops in the city. They all now seem to be decorating the inside of the singing dragon as well. It's so busy that you can't even see a way to make your way over to the bar.
It's a party up in here. Well, you're gonna whip out the incense tonight, buddy? I don't know, it's a possibility. Did everyone make a way to her front to get some beverage, though? I mean, that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go get me a beverage. And I mean, if you get behind me, I'll blaze a way through. True. Well, not really blaze.
You're like, not literally.
Right, but just with someone.
Yeah, I could use a goddamn drink.
Right? That was something.
So while they're getting a drink at the bar, I'm gonna literally sort of look around, and then I'm gonna sort of just like take off like my sword and everything, to sort of like put it like in what would resemble almost like an umbrella stand.
Okay.
And just be like, this is the only space that like is kind of like available to like dump stuff.
You do also have a room upstairs to dump your stuff.
No, but true.
Probably a little bit safer than an umbrella stand.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I was just going for the classy look of like, this umbrella stand. Right, in that case, I'm going to toodle up to my room and like basically get ready for the evening. Okay.
So, what are you wanting your look for this evening?
So basically, I'm going for. So basically, it's going to be, like a mixture of rainbow flags and like lesbian color flags, combinations, so like different like pieces. So like I'm gonna have like a nice like sort of like t-shirt on, but to be honest, the t-shirt probably won't last that long. So like she's either gonna be topless or have a binder on. You don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What I'm gonna do then, is I'm gonna get you roll a performance check to see how well you've managed to put this outfit together, and anyone else who's creating a look for this evening and tomorrow. Roll a performance check for me as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Does it count if I'm just changing my hair color? I can just do that. I don't have to.
You don't need to roll for that.
I just change I make my hair super, super long and roll and make it just rainbow streaks.
That is a nat 20! Right, so so she's gonna have this lovely, it's gonna be quite intricate, so because it's elf made, so it's gonna be very, very pretty. But also kind of like a punkiness to it, so it's kind of got an edgy look to it as well. Okay. So, yeah.
So you're the living embodiment of a pride flag.
A pride flag and a lesbian flag combined.
Yeah. If anyone was ever in any doubt as to what they looked like, all they had to do was look up in the dictionary and see the word. That's how well you've managed to style yourself for this.
Cool. That's cool. Right. And then I'm going to make my way down. And also I put a little bit of hair gel in my green hair, just to make it flick up a bit more.
Cool. Well, anybody else changing their attire for this evening, or?
I think I need to.
I am going.
I see them come down, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I need to get a little something going on. So,
Okay.
drink my ale, down, head upstairs, drop off all my gear, and I'm just gonna take my shirt off.
Yeah.
Right? Because, you know, all this physique right
The
here.
yeah.
You
show off
just
those
hear,
pecs.
you just hear Leaf in the background going, woohoo!
And then I'm gonna put on my lovely rainbow kilt and head downstairs.
Cool.
So, D20?
Yep.
13?
You look pretty cute.
We're all getting naked.
Well, and you should have I don't know if you have a performance modifier. Oh, yeah.
Yes, plus 3, so 16.
Awesome. Okay. So, you don't look quite as good as Leaf, because Leaf is just styling out tonight, being styled by like a professional. But you do feel pretty suave, feel pretty
Nice.
handsome. You do get a few looks as you come downstairs and appreciative nods.
Alright.
Okay, River, are you changing into anything at all for this evening?
I'm just going to use disguise self to make my cloak. The outside is going to be black with like purple glitter, and then the inside is going to have the pansexual flag inside colors, and then I'm going to use it to just make my hair not matted and like just very well like groomed. And I'll cast disguise self.
Okay. Okay, so with this being your first ever casting of Disguise Self, just roll a general performance check again, and we'll see well you manage to cast your Disguise Self.
He does suck away.
No, that's a 16 with a +1, so that's 17.
Nice. So it almost looks as though the glitter's coming off of your cloak and trailing behind you with how well you've spell, and the colours are extremely vibrant, and if anyone were to touch or to look at your fur, it would look as though you had spent hours and hours just grooming your fur. So you head downstairs. It's still extremely busy. It's very hard to make your way off of the stair area, but you manage to make your way over. Ridian is behind the bar, as well as like 5 other people, which is the most amount of vendors that you've ever seen in this place. He does not have any shirt or anything like that on, but he does have like a black harness over the top of him. He looks over to you, instantly comes over as he sees you as being some of his patrons, seeing as you've been there now for what, a week, 2 weeks, something like that, and you've stayed with him pretty much time down and drank pretty much exclusively there. And he grabs just a couple of glasses off the side. Mika has decided to stay upstairs and sleep because he slept the entire way back from being in Torin's baby Bjorn, or Mika Bjorn. So she's decided to stay upstairs and sleep. So he pulls up the 4 drinks glasses, pours in just concoction that you've no idea what it is, and instantly passes it over to you free of charge.
And I'm very sorry to bring the real world in for a second, but my insurance company just called, so I have to excuse myself for a couple of minutes. Buy me a drink.
No worries.
I'll be back.
Go. No worries. So
There's insurance in this world. Why don't we have insurance?
you just hear some people off in the corner just piping a little bit over the music, just going, insurance? And then everybody laughs. Yeah, die down.
What a funny concept. What a strange word.
Right, everyone. Where's everyone going? I think I'm gonna hit the dance floor for a bit. Gonna get my
I'm gonna-
boogie on.
Yeah. Feeling it. Ah.
Woo!
And
I need to do
Okay.
another performance check to see if
Yes,
I'm
you
really
do.
good at dancing.
Yep. Yep.
Alright, I better as well.
Oh, I'm rolling well tonight. 16.
Roll the nat 20 plus 3, so 23.
Wow. So a little circle kind of appears around you as you're both just dancing inside of this circle, and next thing you know, Torin just instantly goes down into the splits and pops straight back up, and then starts breakdancing. Leaf, you are pirouetting around, you're dancing like as if you're in a Beyonce video, but everybody around is just in awe of your dancing skills.
Well, hey. You want
And this is just one drink in.
So many hands on my body.
Whoa, hands off the hot guy.
Trevor, what are you doing? Are you watching them dance, or are you doing something else?
I am just in a corner right now, like what kind of clocking the whole room,
Okay.
and looking for. Nah, I'm just like chilling near a corner and just watching the whole room, and also possibly maybe stealing some food from someone's plate and eating it.
Alright. Make a sleight of hand check, and we'll see if you're able to steal anybody's food.
Natural 20.
We be rolling.
You guys are rolling amazing tonight.
My sleight of hand is a 28.
Jeez. Okay,
Nice.
so
Hold the phone.
he's so slowly and carefully onto this person's plate that has like a half-eaten cheeseburger on it. And you manage to take the entire cheeseburger as well as the fries and the plate that is on,
Oh my
and
gosh.
manage to sneak off to your little corner without being seen.
Just
I was
eating
gonna
and
say, why are we
keeping
not rolling this high when we're actually like in a fight?
I know.
I think that's how it always goes.
Typical. Typical.
It's a work-life kind of thing, you know? So, we fight hard, then we come in here and we dance hard. We
Yeah.
play hard.
So time passes on, many more drinks are had. It starts to quieten down just a little tiny bit, and the music goes a little bit quieter.
Oh yeah, at
But
this point,
it is still going.
I'm like slow dancing with Torin at this point, and we're just like holding each other, and we're just going, yeah.
Which is really funny because it's a really upbeat song and the two of you are just slow dancing.
Yeah.
Hey, we have our own internal groove.
Yeah, exactly. We've been fighting, saving the world. We're just vibing. Woo.
Tix at this point has just like come over and is just watching the two of you dance while shaking their head. And just dancing to the actual beat of the music at the same time.
What the hell is going on, pretty much?
So it's at this point, you've been dancing for like maybe an hour and a half. And with going up to the rooms quickly to get changed, it's probably getting on for about 33 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, River's gonna head up to probably before that while they're dancing. After I finish food, I am going to go up to my room and and after reading, I'm going to then go to my room, and I'm assuming like I'm sharing with Mika again, so I'll just have my bed while she's sleeping. I'm gonna go to the door, and I am going to take 10 minutes and cast Alarm. So I take, I have a string, it's purple, glittery, and I take it and I put it across the door, and while I'm doing it, I kind of look like I am mentally lockpicking something, concentrating. And as it finishes, there's just a little poof of light purple smoke. And then I'm going to have it set so that it is a mental, the alarm goes off in my head if it is broken.
No worries, you're able to do that, no problem at all. You've had enough tutelage and you've been reading a lot of your magic lately. You've managed to pick up these skills from books and from your lesson with Pandora that day.
Yeah, and that last hour, that's specifically what I was kind of reading on, and
yeah.
Awesome.
Torin and Leaf, are you still downstairs?
Yeah, I'm still downstairs. I'm gonna try and hit on this lady who's at the bar.
Okay. So, describe what this lady. In fact, make just a perception check for me.
Okay. Perception check.
And I'm gonna roll just a d20, just to see how hot this lady is actually gonna be.
22 perception check.
Okay. So you look over and it just kind of seems to be like a general kind of nondescript person. There's nothing that's really too special about them. But you've decided to go for it.
Okay.
Hold on. As I walk upstairs, though, knowing that whatever, that there are going to be other things, I will cast Guidance on Leaf.
Ooh. Okay. So Leaf, that means you roll a d4. You can roll a d4 in addition to either that roll or the next roll that's coming.
Okay, so if I roll a d4 just now, what happens?
It would go for the roll that you've just had. So, or you could keep it for your next roll. Which
I'm going to keep it for my next roll, just in case.
So what I want you to do then, is I want you to roll a... But how are you going to pick the person first?
How am I going to go up to her?
Yeah, like, so what are you going to say as your pickup line?
Gosh, I have terrible pickup lines. Oh gosh, the flag's falling down. I was like, wait a second. That's not my pickup line. Pickup line. Oh gosh.
You should like swirl on up there with you and just drop a word that you're
as like.
So what's the lovely lady like you doing here?
Alright. Roll just a general charisma check for me.
Gosh, this is terrible. I did not plan this through. Where's my charisma? Where's my charisma? Is that at the top? No, wait, what?
Yeah, your charisma's at the top. So it's a +0. So it's just whatever you roll and then you can add your d4.
So that's a 9 plus a... I need to do a d4 now.
Yeah, you can add a d4 on. And I'm just going to roll a d20. And
so that's 11 for that.
Okay, so I'm going to roll just a d20. And if I roll less than an 11, you picked her up. If not, you be able to make out from there. So let's see.
No.
You're very lucky I rolled a 6. It worked.
Yeah. You're going to be looking for a time.
So this woman, is very nondescript, is suddenly extremely interested in you.
Oh. Wow.
And you can do what you wish from there.
So I like lean on the bar. I go, hi. I'm part of a group of adventurers. We just took out some bad guys yesterday, you know, as you do.
Okay, are you buying her a drink? Are you inviting her upstairs? Or are you just chatting?
I'm gonna say, hey, what drink are you having? Do you want a drink?
She tells you, I do not have an NPC created for this whatsoever. She's just having like a rosé wine.
Nice. So
Classic.
so what's your name? I'm Lee.
Ted.
What's her name?
Ted.
Ted. Hi, who are you, Ted?
Yes, yeah, I'm good. She's like very flustered with your pickup line, with how much rosé she's had.
Alright, so I'm just gonna say, do you wanna have a wee dance together?
She grabs her rosé that you've just bought for her, downs it, and stands up to head off to the dance.
Okay then. Kobe. And then I'm gonna like follow her into the dance floor.
No worries. Alright. Anybody else doing anything?
I just look at you, look at Leaf, and give him a little. And I'm gonna head upstairs to rest on beats.
Okay. So it looks as though Leaf is going to be sole person downstairs dancing the night away. I imagine Tix would have gone upstairs around a point as well.
Well, I don't get tired, so it's all good.
Yeah. But you do get drunk, and you can also get hangover, as we've seen. So you dance the night away and eventually make your way upstairs. And the light from filling in from the windows wakes you up in the morning. Are you alone in your room?
Well,
I'm leaving this up to you.
wouldn't you like to know? So I'm gonna be like in the bed, and you're just gonna like just like the top of like my blue hair or greenish hair like just peeks through, and then I kind of like freak open from the covers, and I like look to the side, and I'm like, whoa, oh, Ted, you stayed the night. Cool. What happened? Did anything happen?
Just rolls over and falls back, just grunting and moaning because of the light from outside. Clearly hungover.
I think we may have just fallen asleep. Yeah, I look under the covers. Yeah, well, I'm fully clothed, so must have just been a cuddle session last night. That suits me. Nice wee cuddle. And then I put the cover back over, and I'm like, why am I even in bed? I don't need this. Oh well.
Okay, roll a constitution check for me.
Okay. Constitution.
And anyone who is drinking alcohol also roll a constitution check.
I'm on a
Torin,
10.
Torin, if you roll a
Oh,
constitution
I
check as well.
Do I need one? I just had an ale.
No, you can be
Alright, here we go.
intoxicated by an eel.
True. Okay, rolling. Plus, plus 2, so 18.
And you wake up full of energy, with no side effects from the previous evening. You feel good and great to go.
Alright, I feel good. I'm ready.
What did you roll, Leaf?
A 10.
A 10. Once you poke your head out from underneath the covers, the light does give you a bit of a blinding headache, but you don't feel too worse for wear. It feels like you can enjoy your day.
Ugh.
After like 20 minutes or so, Ted finally wakes up properly, realises that she is fully dressed, says goodbye to you, and quick and heads out.
Thanks for the cuddle.
Okay, so you all head downstairs for breakfast. Some of you at varying times. Viridian is also up early. It doesn't look as though he's really slept, but he is dancing behind the bar to some silent music, and sees you come down and instantly heads up to the area that you imagine that the kitchen would be in, and starts bringing out all the fillings for a nice breezy breakfast. So bacon, fried eggs, fried potato, fried tomatoes, fried toast, just everything that's just filled with grease, and brings it over to the table.
So I'm going to be sitting at the breakfast table,
Mm-hmm.
still reading my book,
Okay.
and just look. I'm going to say, so guys, check this out. Guess what I've learned? You want to see something really cool?
Ooh.
No?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Okay. So I take out my dagger,
Mm-hmm.
and I go, watch this. And then I hold it, and I think. And again, it's the same face I use when I'm trying to pick a lock. And I'm even kind of moving my hands a little bit around it like I would be if I was picking a lock. And as I do, I imbue my dagger with light.
Mm.
It glows. And it's a... Check it out! I made my
Wow.
dagger light up.
So amazing. How'd you do it? Oh,
Well,
impressive.
right?
She's
So
learning how
cool.
to do it.
I can also make things smell really bad. And I can create visual effects.
Ooh.
So yeah, I can do it on 2 more items.
Learning. I like to see them.
Yeah, I don't know what I can do with this, but like it's cool.
The skill.
I
And I
like
put
it.
it away.
That's gonna be Andy.
While you're all sitting at a breakfast table, you see Meek nod off again and like almost end up in her plate of food. How tired she is.
We may have to figure out what's
Yeah.
wrong with her. I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think
Maybe she needs some
definitely-
coffee.
I'm still
Coffee?
convinced she's under some sort of spell.
it could be.
I don't know if it's. I mean, he's a dwarf. I'm an elf. We're both druids, but I'm like he's different from me. So, could be something I'm not
Well.
familiar with.
I can. We could go and maybe take her somewhere, and they could look her over, like a doctor.
Yeah,
or
maybe.
something.
Just trying to think where we'd go for that. I mean, are there doctors in this town? There has to be.
I mean, right?
There must.
You're all sitting there talking about this over break. Viridian does come out and clears the plates away, and kind of looks at you all weird. And then turns around and says, "You lot had better hurry up, otherwise you'll be late."
Late for
Late
what?
for late for what? Wait,
I
what
mean,
time is it?
It's like maybe
Plans today?
10, half 10 in the morning. It's not too late. It's still like right in the middle of the morning period. Well, it is our
Did we
Ahdar
make
day,
plans? No.
and everyone heads up to the eastern viewpoint on Ahdar day for the service.
Oh,
You are going up there, right? I thought that's why you were in town.
Wait, to do what now?
For the service up at Eastern Viewpoint. That's why you're in town, right?
Sure, but say we got what that entailed. Could you tell us?
So, Ahdar day.
damn! I don't
Pretty much
recall coming to town for the I mean, I'm down for it. I don't recall unless there's something I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
let's
it's
go.
the
I'm up for it.
so it's the big service up in the Eastern Viewpoint where like everyone goes during Ahdar Day. Big massive colour fest in like Queensby, and there's like a worship service.
Okay.
I thought that's why you all came into town.
Yeah, that's totally why we
Shrugs and
came into
walks
town.
It starts in like
Yes.
an hour if you're heading up there.
Thanks. We not a partying. We totally spaced.
Yeah. Get carried away last
Okay.
night. But I run outside, look at the sundial, and go, "Oh wow, time is slipping." Hey, you guys want to head up?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Wait. Okay.
Okay, so you all leave the tavern. You kind of see there's a lot of people that are walking about in the city. But they all seem to be heading in the exact same direction for the people that are walking out in the streets. So it carries you from the Singing Dragon, where you've been staying, all the way out towards Newtown, which is where Pandora's is, down towards Temple Circle, or Temple Square rather, where Xanthia's is, and then up past the castle and out the exit of the city that way. And it takes you maybe 45 minutes to an hour to walk up there, but everybody is walking quite fast because they know how long the walk takes on this day for the people that live in the city. Everyone is walking pretty fast up there at this point.
Oh.
When you arrive there, there is a really large stage being built just out of wood, which has a canopy over the top with white sheets, and then draping off the sides is exact same colours that you've been seeing crossing all the roofs of the city as well. And there's a large archway in the centre of it, which has been decked out in flowers.
Nice.
So the flowers are like red flowers, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. It's the exact same colours that you see throughout this entire city whenever you're walking about. There is also off the sides, when you're all corralled into a kind of main area near the stage, there are like some large suspended balloons, I guess, is kind of the only way to describe them. There is 6 of them on each side, and they all seem to be suspended but held there with a rope that's touching them to someone that is stationed on the ground. There's also, as you look up towards the stage, you do see that there are some figures sitting on the stage and some chairs that are there. There appears to be, count, 13 figures sitting at the front of the stage, and then there is some figures sitting behind as well that you can't really quite make out what they look like or anything like that.
Okay.
It is extremely loud in this area. It's extremely bright with the sun being overhead now at this point, and it is also extremely warm. Anyone who's ever been to a Pride Parade in the middle of summer, you guys know how warm it gets. Imagine that.
In
there's a
Scotland,
reason
it's hard to believe, but there was one time it was. But
Yeah. You imagine if you
we do
stay out
ours.
there, you're going to need something to drink.
oh yeah, of course. Water.
You stand there for maybe 10-15 minutes, and then some figures appear on the sides of the stage. Can't make them out or anything like that, but then instantly someone stands forwards to in between the archway, and on each side of the stage you see projection of this person who's in the middle of this archway. Just absolutely huge on each side, as if it's like a big massive projection board, like when you're at a concert or something. But you see this, there's no board or anything like there. It's just like kind of solid figure, but times 1,000 from what you were able to see them. And you see that there is someone who's bedecked in a long white dress. But on the bottom of this dress, you do see the exact same colours that you've been seeing everywhere. You get that these colours are probably a theme of Ahdar Day, and that's exactly what they've been celebrating. Is the upcoming festival of Ahdar Day from the moment that you've entered the city. She has her hair tied back with braids and buns, and all the way through it is weaved these flowers that you're seeing. But these ones are just white. And she starts talking, and she introduces herself as Priestess Velamo Reyes of the Temple of Ahdar. And you get the idea that maybe there are more than just the one temple in the city already. And then she pretty much just goes into like a church service, is the only way that I can describe this. Where she leads a worship to Ahdar, thanks him for the love and strength that Ahdar provides everyone, whether it be familial love, love with friends, any other forms of love. And at the end of it, she just asks that everybody continues to love and spread love throughout the year. After she finishes speaking, she turns to look behind her and stands off to the side, and she goes down to one knee, and then you just see a ripple effect going through the crowd of everybody going down to one knee. You get the idea that maybe you should all do that as well.
So I kind of like stumble and do it. Not graceful.
So once this figure stands, the projection at each side instantly changes to a half elf with long blonde curled hair with pale looking skin. She is very straight backed and very regal looking and has a crown steed in her hair. So I want everyone just now just to roll a history check for me. Leaf, you please roll with advantage.
A history check, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a 4.
Okay, you have no idea who this person is.
No,
It's an 8.
Right.
An 8?
Right.
You get the idea that you should know who this person is, and the name's almost on the tip of your tongue, but you can't quite get it out.
Okay, so I rolled just my normal roll with my +2 for history, came to 18, and then I rolled an extra d20 and I rolled a 20.
Okay, so you got a natural 20. So Ryan, can you please roll for tips for me?
So would it be a natural 20 plus the proficiency, which is 2, so it'd be 22?
Yeah.
Okay.
Warren, if you can just roll for tips for me, just roll a d20 and I'll add it on from here if you don't.
a 4 plus whatever their history is.
Okay. Yeah.
I left on my
You also have
Google.
no idea who this is.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to message you just now with who this is, Leaf.
Okay.
It's up to you what you'd like to do with this information.
Yeah, I think I used all my good rolls at the bar. Dang it.
Okay, there you go. It's up to you how you would like to go ahead with this. So,
Yeah, on Twitter or on a Whisper, on the Whisper channel?
on Twitter.
Twitter.
On Twitter.
Okay, let me check my DMs.
Yep. So you roll down on one knee, a little bit clumsy for some of you. Then you see everybody kind of stand up round about you as well.
What did I
You
do?
have no idea but you have no idea why you all just knew. You just did because everybody else round about you did.
So, what do I do with the information that I've been given?
To you, it's up to you as well as the party for if they would.
I just asked. I was like, does anyone know who that is?
I looked on Lee's face and I say, do you have any inkling?
Yeah, it's Queen Eleanor Arya. She's actually from the same city as me.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised. I wasn't expecting her to be here.
Why is she here?
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine because I literally like went a bit rogue. I left my city and decided to go on adventures. I'm perplexed. He usually doesn't leave the city much.
Was she a good queen?
Yeah. I mean, I've not had any problems with her personally, but I mean, we live quite a peaceful life, so she must be quite good in that sense.
Decent ruler then, alright.
There's some extra information on your Twitter just now as well, Leaf, with your natural 20.
Oh, there's extra information. I'm getting intel. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to share this.
If you want to check, okay.
Oh well. Well, she was a good queen, but she left the city like 12 years ago and moved to the capital. So yeah, this is interesting because when I was young, she'd already like left. So like I was too young to really know what she was like as a ruler. So
Where she left?
this is interesting.
Interesting.
So, is it just when she moved to the capital as the queens all living there, so pretty much. So she needs no introduction whatsoever. Everybody round about here knows exactly who she is. The mages themselves, they project her image and the words that she is saying to the entire crowd, much as they did the exact same before the priestess. And she starts on her speech, just pretty much outlining the exact same information that not the information so much, but the aspects of worship that the priestess also announced. And as part of her speech, she also announces that her heir, Princess Louisa, has now become of age at the age of 19 and will now conduct the first official royal tour along the King's Road, accompanied by her own beloved sibling, Sir Amyth Citrus.
I'm sorry.
At the end of this speech, she wishes Sir, so S-E-R.
S-E-R.
Sarah, so the princess is Princess Louisa. And her sibling that is accompanying Princess Louisa is Sir Amyth Citrus. E-M-M-Y-T-H with the surname S-A-T-R-I-S.
Okay.
And she wishes everyone a happy Ahdar Day. Everyone on the stage now stands up at this point and comes towards the front of the stage, and the illusion that has been projected drops. And at this point, the balloons that were on each side instantly come overhead towards the middle, controlled by what you can only assume is druids on the outside, and then there are some people in the crowd. And you see just little tiny missiles popping and bursting these balloons, and instantly all these colours start spreading throughout the crowd. So there's red powder, there's blue powder, there's orange, yellow, green and purple powder, and it just instantly starts spreading across the whole crowd, falling down in place and covering everybody in this big whole colour.
Wow.
Oh.
Everybody erupts in celebration at this point.
Whoa. Okay.
There's some bands off at the side that start playing, and they come round to the front to where everybody is standing at the back, and they just start playing and walking, and everybody at the back just instantly starts following them as well, leading everybody towards the city.
Wow. I guess.
As you approach the gates, there are cheers everywhere, and there are just people lining the streets. There are people on rooftops, people on balconies, and the city itself, even though there's a large amount of people who are out at the service, the city, with all the people walking through, it seems to just burst at the seams with the amount of people who are currently in the city. This is basically a parade that you guys have walked into and are now a part of walking through this city. You go from the east entrance down this castle, where you now see the royal family are just suddenly there on a balcony. The entirety of the family, and as you walk, you can see figures of the Queen. You can see there's a male standing beside the Queen, a male standing at her other side, a little bit older, and then there are just kids of all ages. So there's like 2 teenage looking ones, or 2 like 12, 13-year-old looking ones. There are like some 6-year-old looking kids, and then there are like some 2 and 3-year-olds that are being held by other figures that are there as well. You walk through the castle courtyard, where there appears to be just stalls everywhere, and I don't have time to look at what any of these stalls are, but the road itself does continue towards the temple square, which is where that Xanthia's is. And as you continue down there just seems to be stalls all the way down one side of the road to allow people to be able to walk past foot traffic. And then some musicians that were at the front, they do just take up residence in the temple square. And as you get to the square, everybody just seems to kind of be dispersing and looking around at all the stalls.
Oh, this is interesting.
So it's up to you for what you do.
Wow,
I
this is quite a
realised the Queen was into this. That's new information to me.
I mean, she seems pretty
Dig
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, take
Like it's
all the
I,
wares up for now.
Can I take a sniff? Do I smell any like food?
Yeah, roll a perception check for me.
Mm. 19.
19. You smell, and there seems to be just all around, there seems to be just various smells coming from various different vendors of different types of food. Roll an investigation check for me.
Did I hear food?
I mean, yeah.
Right? 6, 7.
So what was that roll, sorry?
10.
Okay. Looking around, everywhere just seems to be jam-packed. Just now there seems to be lineups all over the place. But you do see that there appears to be like just street meat and hot dog vendors. There seems to be selling hot meat pies. There seems to be places like just selling candy and like popcorn and things like that as well.
Look at that poof on a stick. I need that poof on a stick. I don't know what it is. It looks like a cloud on a stick, and I need to eat it.
Dude,
I'm gonna
there's
go
so
over
much
there and there's so much candy. I'm going up to the stall and purchasing that, however much it is.
Okay.
I'm throwing money at it.
So you walk up, you ask for the poof on the stick, and you see instantly that they start creating this beautiful creation. It looks like it's a owl bear made out of sugar on a stick for you. And that's 5 copper.
I'm laughing because in Scotland, poof is a word, like a derogatory word for a gay person. So we're just like being ourselves laughing, like I'm like Great.
So you cloud on a stick, okay. You've got an owl bear cloud on a stick.
Can I see if they have any candy apples?
Ooh.
Yep, there does seem to be, there's some candy apples that are there, and some of them have like rainbow coloured sprinkles on them.
I would like to buy dos.
2, okay, that's 10 copper for those.
10 copper.
Oh, how much was my cloud on the stick
Yep.
again?
I want a cloud.
5 copper.
I want an owlbear on a stick.
You want an owlbear on a stick? I'll buy you one.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah. I'm sorry, again, DM, how much was that?
5 copper each.
5 copper, 10 copper, okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Put the stick
Um,
in right in your mouth.
I will say also that as I'm keeping an eye out, for anything that I would be looking for as far as the Hydra symbol.
Those lines. Yeah. No worries.
Light up to Ripper and be like, I won't steal from your queers.
No.
I don't need to steal. I only steal when I need things. I don't need anything right now.
Okay, that's good. I'm just checking. Because the queen's about, we just don't know if she'll like kill us or anything. I don't want to take any chances.
Yeah, really. I'm not
probably not a good idea.
remotely take any pictures.
Good, that's good.
Are there any stalls like selling magical items or like potions or just anything cool?
Yeah, you rolled an 18 with your investigation check, didn't you? Is that 10? What'd you roll with that?
I know.
I think it's 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
Look around, all the stalls are just extremely jam-packed. You know there are stalls there, but you can't make out exactly what is there without going up and just doing a general sweep round of what all the stalls are.
Well, I have a solution to move some lines. I'm going to take one of my ball bearings.
Okay.
I'm going to imbue it with the smell of someone who maybe ate too much or had too much alcohol the night before, a little, and I'm going to roll it casually so no one sees me towards towards the main stall areas and see if I can hurt some people.
Right. Let me see. Roll a wisdom check for me. We'll do this as a wisdom check here just now.
Go Shira. Natural 18.
Shira did not do well.
Wisdom, 21.
Oof.
There you go.
So you roll it, and you see there are a couple of people that are kind of sniffing and moving off towards the side. You get the idea that even with all of this, there's a lot of people here who are out drinking the night before. Maybe had a little bit too much, kind of almost what you imagine your party would have been as well if they didn't spend the whole night dancing and spent the whole night drinking.
Dun, 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 don't regret.
But you go over to the stall where you rolled your ball bearing, and this does appear to be an alcohol stall.
Ooh.
They seem to be
I
selling.
buy drinks.
Mhm.
I'm gonna buy drinks for everyone in the party except me.
Okay, so just the 3 people that are with you, seeing as Mika's kind of stayed behind in the room, given the fact that she fell asleep, pretty much. So that would be in silver, no, 3, we'll call it 6 silver.
Okay.
And they pass you over these kind of like wooden tankards, but they are all different colours, as if the wood that sells has died. And inside is it's pretty much vodka cranberry. We'll say it's vodka cranberry. So
I
the people
take
who are
all 3
drinking,
and I bring
Okay.
it to them.
Thank you.
Here, I got you guys.
Thank you.
Here.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you.
Here.
That's my fave.
Ooh,
The
nice.
people who are drinking, I want you to note down and keep a track of how many drinks you're all having.
Okay.
What?
We have to take a note of how many drinks we're having. Okay. Getting a note on my phone, not to be confused with
I have any drinks I don't know about.
We had one drink at the bar. That's it.
That was the night before, so you don't need to worry about it.
Okay, so it's just now. Okay.
Yeah, just one each for everybody.
Times vodka. What flavor of raspberry did you say? No.
Yeah, it was like vodka cranberry.
Cranberry. Cool.
But there are lots more stalls for you all to explore. Kind of hear off in the distance, Tix, with your, as well as River, with your perception that there's a lot of cheers coming just a little way uphill to where Pandora's at.
That way, please. Can we please go that
Yeah.
way?
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
And we
When
go.
you head up there,
And we go.
there's a lot of people that are all crowded around this one area. It's not quite right outside Pandora's, it's like a few doors down. But there does appear to be a large crowd outside, to the point where it's like almost single file walking past this one. You recognise a very, very familiar figure that is sitting on top of like a chair above a tank of water. On top of this chair is Chief Guardsman Tamal, and off towards the side there appears to be a target board.
Oh, archery?
Good.
No.
I head directly to get in line. Fuck that guy.
I also get in line.
Seeing everyone else get in line, I'm gonna get in line.
For you, Soren, are you joining?
Take a shot as well. Why not?
Okay. So you all head over. Tix is first in line, almost pretty much jumping out of their skin, and you see that there's like a little sign on the table there, and it says Dunk a Guard. 2 silver pieces. All proceeds go to the Sir Emmet Citrus Foundation for Orphan Children.
Aww.
So it's 2 silver, and you get 1 ball, and you can head over and you can throw it against this target. Dunk.
I pop down 2 gold so I can get 10 balls.
Okay.
And I tap Tix on the shoulder and give you guidance.
I love you. You're the best.
Alright, so to make this easy, alright, it's just going to be a series of, seeing as you bought 10, we're just going to do 10 rolls of a d20 pretty much, and we'll see how many of them you manage to dunk him with. Anything above a 10, you dunk him.
16.
Woohoo!
Okay, so that's 1 dunk.
Where does 10? Is 10 no? Or so it's 10 or lower no, 11 or like 11 up. Is that how that works?
10 or up.
Okay, so I rolled 10.
Okay, so that's 2 so far.
That misses. Oh, that
Don't forget
hits.
you have
19.
guidance.
That for sure hits.
And this is a full bonus d4, right?
Before. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one that missed now hits.
Okay, so that's 4 now.
5. 6.
Oh jeez.
Oh my word.
Oh, that one missed and totally missed.
Guidance? No?
Okay.
Guidance all the time.
It was a 2.
Eh?
Natural 20! Do I get anything special for that one? Did
No.
we get splash
We'll
extra
see.
hard?
You get a little extra
Maybe,
water.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, does water go up his nose or something?
Yeah.
Pants
So
fall
we're
Comes
off.
up coughing and spluttering.
8 now. 8 hits and 1 fail.
Hits!
That's it.
So 9 total?
That was all. That was 9 hits, 1 fail.
I sung him 9 times, and I feel very
Okay.
good about that.
Yeah. So you throw the first ball and it hits the centre of the board, and instantly he drops in on like this mechanical lever that's attached to the chair into this large tank. And then it brings him back seconds later. You throw it again and again and again, and it just keeps dropping him down each time. One of them, you throw it, it goes completely wide, and someone off to the side catches it and throws it back to you. On one of them, you throw it, it goes down, and like his shirt comes up for some reason and just like covers his face.
My word.
And he comes up and his shirt is like just over his face and he's like scrambling to get it back down. But there's a really large splash, and he's coughing and spluttering.
My word.
Okay, who's next in line? It was you, wasn't it, River?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
So, cast guidance on myself. Now
Okay.
that
It's
they've
so
used guidance.
satisfying.
Okay.
How many are you buying?
Just one. Just one.
Okay, so just 5 silver, okay. Did you hit?
5 silver, you said?
Yep, 5 silver.
Okay, 2.
And guidance. Yes, so an 8 plus 4.
Sure.
So, yeah, over 10.
Okay, you throw it, he's just managed to fix it, and kind of take a little breather as the new up, and he's instantly dropped down again. Comes back up, and he's now like just wiping everything away from his face. But you notice that he has a huge smile on his face, and he is laughing the entire time.
I just wave.
He waves back, a little bit confused, gives you a thumbs up. Who's next in line?
I think it was me, Leaf. Me? Okay,
Go for
so
Leaf.
I'm gonna
How many are you
buy
buying?
3.
Okay. So that'll be 15 silver.
Okie dokie. And is it performance or no?
Just roll a straight d20.
Just roll a d20. Okay. So I missed the first one. That was a 9.
Okay.
Yay, 16.
Okay, so 1 hits. Natural 20, okay. So you throw the first one and it goes wide, but you kind of roll the ball in your hand, and then you line up and you take another shot and it hits in the middle and he drops down. So you feel pretty confident with this last one as you do the exact same trick again. You throw it, but it bounces off of it at a weird angle, and on the way down it hits him in the side of the head, and he goes down into the water tank and comes back up. At this point you see there's just like a ton of like little like balls that are floating in the water as well. Okay, Torin, how many are you going for?
I'm just gonna go ahead and buy 1. I think 1 shot's good enough for me.
Confident.
Okay. Some more.
5 silver for that one.
And 1 silver. And better.
So we. Oh, whoop, just missed.
Just missed.
Oh, but I definitely would have given you guidance. I definitely would have given you guidance.
Alright.
Well, so you rolled a d4. You
Okay.
rolled a d4
I'll
now.
allow.
That's
Right.
he gets guidance and I didn't.
I would have given everyone guidance. Just for the record.
Okay.
Besides, I helped you the night before.
Alright, it hit.
It hits, okay.
13.
You throw it, it hits nice and squarely in the middle. Doesn't do any sort of trick or anything, but that's all it's needed for him to drop straight down into the dunk and come back up, smiling and laughing.
That was glorious.
That was good.
Oh yeah, especially when his hurt over his head. That was good stuff. What a douche.
You're right.
Anyway.
Alright, let's see what
Alright, so,
find.
okay, who wants to roll an investigation check to see what you find next?
I'll roll one just because I just got back and I haven't been here for any of it.
Okay, awesome.
14. Oh, actually, I probably have. Let me add something to that. Hold on. Investigation. Investigation. Ba, 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 da, da, da. 16.
16, okay. So, in this area that you're in, it does kind of seem to be kind of like all the game stalls. So you're looking around, and you see there's one where maybe a wizard or someone's at it, because there seems to be like an illusion of sorts with like bright lights round about it. You head over there, and it seems that there's a big massive wheel with like a little ticker on it, and you see people spinning it around and round. It lands on one, everybody erupts in cheers. They get handed something and then they walk off.
Should
I
we
wanna-
investigate that?
I want to spin the wheel.
Yeah. Let's go spin the wheel.
So you head over and there's just like a little tiny bard, and there's also a wizard over there. The wizard just seems to be being quite bored and is just going like this idly, waving his finger around for the lights to keep flashing, while the bard is like, putting on the best performance and showmanship of his life, like right up, wheel of fortune, step up, 5 silver.
We'll give 5 silver to spin the wheel.
Wheel. Oh.
Fortune!
You step up, hand over 5 silver, and you grab, there's like a larger kind of tog that you can grab onto, like a handle, and you spin it round. So, go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Come on, Quiddy. Come on, Quiddy. You've been doing good for me. 15.
It goes round and round and round, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop. And then maybe after like seconds, it starts to slow down a little bit. And it looks as though it's going to stop in between 2 of them, but then settles on one. And everybody erupts in cheers, and on the board it says 5 gold.
Oh boy.
The bard goes over to like a little pouch, pulls out 5 gold, passes it over to you.
Want to play? Want to play?
Okay, Torin, are you going next?
Oh. I'm doing it.
Torin, go.
What do I do?
If you roll it round, just roll a d20 for me.
How much does it cost to spin?
It is 5
Anything?
silver.
5 silver.
Silver. I'm gonna make a note of that. And I'm ready. Oh. Well, that's a 6. Do I get to add my blah blah?
Just
No,
a
it's
straight
just
up d20.
6.
You spin it and it only goes round 2 or 3 times before it settles on one. It manages to settle on it pretty quickly as well with the force that you've pushed it round. And with a 6, it just says roll again. So you get to go again.
I get to go again, guys. I get to go again. All right, come
Free
on,
spin!
let's
Free spin!
No whammies. Wrong game. Ah, man, 3.
Oh. So you go around and then it lands on one that says
Baller.
better luck next time.
Aww.
Alright, I'm gonna go.
Okay,
I'm so much stronger. I don't know what happened.
go for it, roll.
Okay. 4.
A 4. You spin round and it keeps going. Lands pretty quickly as well on the one that's right next to the one that Torn landed on. And then everybody kind of erupts in cheers a little bit. And he passes out the tankard that's filled with alcohol.
Ooh, that you don't drink.
I handed
But
over.
everybody's cheering. Who do you pass
Oh,
it
they
to?
don't know.
Leaf.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Leaf, I want you to mark down
Yeah,
ale for me. So
an
that's your
ale.
now on drink 2, and it's an ale, and I want you to make a constitution.
Okay, an ale and a constitution save. A constitution save.
Yep, we'll make it a save. Constitution
Make it a
save.
save. Yeah, constitution save. That is a 15.
Okay, so you instantly start drinking it when River passes over. It's quite warm. It's not like cold or anything. It's been out in the sun, but you managed to get it down, and it doesn't make you feel sick or anything like that. So you feel pretty good that you managed to get this kind of lackluster ale down.
Bad.
Nothing.
Right, I'm gonna try this wheel. I'm gonna try the wheel.
Okay.
Okay, so
So 5 silver.
5 silver. Yeah, is it just a D20 I'm rolling?
Yep, just roll a d20.
Okie dokie. That would be a 10.
A 10, okay. So you spin it round. It takes a little bit longer to settle on it. And it lands on one that says 1 gold piece. So you have 1 gold piece.
1 gold piece.
David Briggs.
1 gold piece.
So it's up to you if you want to stay here again, or if you want to move on to something else in this kind of game stall area.
I want to try one more time.
Okay, go for it.
That is 100%.
And how much
Alright.
was it? 5 silver to pay for it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 silver.
Okay, that's perfect.
So-
Okay, sorted now.
Remove 5 silver, add them.
Cool.
Can I guidance myself for this? Can I like add
No.
4 or my? No.
No, it's just a straight roll, just to see what you land on.
No cheating.
Yeah, that's a 9. 9.
9.
I'm not going to make the same joke that Abria kept making because it doesn't work here.
Sorry, you'll need to roll something else.
But you roll it round, and it keeps going, and then it lands on one, and it's just a picture of an apple. You've won an apple.
Hey, that's exciting.
Too bad.
Leaf got an ale,
Take
you
a
got
bite.
an apple?
Well, I mean, I drank River's drink. He didn't want it, so.
I know, but you both ended up with your favorite thing.
True. True.
What else is going on around here? Let's look at it. Check it out. Check it out.
Alright, who's going to do the next investigation check for me?
Oh, my investigation is crap, but I'm down for it.
Nobody cares, that's the point.
Oh,
Do it. It's fun.
Make this one. Okay, here we go. 16 total.
16 total, okay. So, you look around, there's just a various, like, cacophony of sound coming from everywhere. You do see one where there's not a lot of people over at it. And there's like an easel set up. And you see someone drawing away. And they're drawing
Caricatures.
You see there's just a little sign that says 2 silver pieces per person. It just says caricatures with like a little caricature of the artist themselves, which appears to be just a middle-aged male, a human male, who's got his hair kind of pushed back, a ponytail that's blonde. It almost seems to be bleached blonde from the sun. And he's just wearing like a really loose fitting like white shirt with no collar, a little bit of billowing sleeves that he does have kind of tied kind of at the wrists a little bit, just to kind of keep it away from whatever it is that he's.
Can we get a group?
But there's no one sitting down in
You
the
know,
seat.
it'd be awesome if we had a group,
Rainbow Posse portrait.
right?
Oh, but Mika's asleep in the.
Yeah, but Mika won't be there.
It's fine. I am a great dab at arts. I can just add her in.
Add her in.
Okay.
We'll just Photoshop
Okay.
her in later.
Just tell him to leave
Okay.
mine. Yeah, just tell him to leave room.
Tell him to leave room for a dwarf.
So how much for all of us, sir?
That's awesome.
I love
Nice, you did it.
Sorry, I distracted everyone.
No.
Everyone
how
is
much?
awesome. So you go up and you ask him, and he looks at you all. I can do it for 6
Go.
silver.
I hand him
for
6
all
silver.
4 of you. Okay. So you sit down and you're sitting there for 20 minutes,
I twitch a lot.
or while he draws everyone. So what are all your poses going?
We should
Yeah.
do like our first album.
What kind of poses do you all want to be in?
I'm definitely holding an apple. Like,
I think it. I
Because
kind
you
of
all know that
envision it
works
to be
out
like
well.
the Queen cover, where we're all like standing with our head in like darkness. Yeah. Yeah, the Queen kind of cover type.
Okay. I want someone to roll a performance check for me with advantage. So whoever you want to roll a performance check.
I have a +3 performance.
I'll
Hold
give
on,
it.
I'm trying to find it. You know.
Oh no, I didn't do it right. Oh.
But so it is rolling, and roll with advantage. This guy is, from the picture that you saw him drawing earlier, he's pretty good. This is just to see if you all like it or not.
I got 19 for performance.
Is that plus anything?
No,
Or is
plus
that
0.
including?
Plus 0 was mine.
Okay.
I have plus 0 for performance, so.
Mine was
Okay.
a 1.
So once he finishes drawing, he puts his pencil down, eyes and smiles, and turns it round.
And when he
And
turns
there's a nice little gap kind of in the middle for your magic for Mika, like you had requested. So on top is Torin with a pretty serious expression going off of this. Down the bottom is River just munching happily away on an apple. And then on either side is both Leaf and Tick in whatever poses it was that you're in. So Tick, you're in your kind of boy band album cover. And River, sorry, not River, Leaf, what did you want your pose to be?
my pose is because I always carry like my little art supplies, so I have my paintbrush sort of like in my fingers, and I'm just like looking mysteriously sexy.
Which you all do, and you all look fantastic in this caricature.
Yeah, I like grab the picture of them and I'm like inspecting it, making sure it's like all the details are correct. I'd say you need a little bit of
Torin, you're like
improvement in some
kind of
places with the
spikes
colour
on the
and the
top, being
tone,
like
but
overly
other than
exaggerated,
that, it's brilliant.
even
Thank
bigger.
you.
Tex, your hair's just been made flowy in a way that you've never kind of seen it done flowy, and it's huge, as if it holds so many secrets.
Just for shits and giggles, I make my hair look exactly like it looks in the character.
That's
River,
amazing.
your ears are just huge. Like they've been done really, really big. But the apple that you're also eating has been done really, really big as well, as if you're munching on a really big apple. And Leaf,
Your ears are great. Your ears.
Ears are fine.
That's the point of the caricature, is they exaggerate.
which they
things.
have done.
Oh no, they're gonna make
But
my
they've also
ears
done your
like,
hairs are
"Ooh."
an extremely, extremely vibrant.
Uh-oh.
Oh, lost the sound. Can't hear what you said. All I heard was vibrant and
Oh,
it
no.
died.
Yeah,
No.
your ears have been done a little bit larger than normal, but your hair has been turned into an extremely
hear you.
vibrant.
I'm guessing it's either a vibrant rainbow
Is
or
that working
vibrant
now?
green. You know.
It just goes so vibrant.
So yeah, your hair's been turned into a vibrant green colour. So, before you head on towards looking at any other stalls or anything like that, we're going to take a little break.
Perfect, awesome. Yay.
So, predictably, our Pride episode is subject to tech difficulties, which seems to be a running theme for us here at Queer and D. So going forward from this section, we don't actually have any video, and we missed a little bit of audio because our new audio recording service kind of kicked out a little bit, with like maybe 5-10 minutes right as we came back from the break. So I'm just going to give you a little recap before we jump right in of what happened. So coming back from our break, the group had just finished getting their caricatures done. They all stood up and they had a little look around, and they could now see that while they were sitting there getting their caricatures done for maybe 20-30 minutes or so, a three-legged race has started to happen, where there's been a little bit of space cleared out in the street that they're on, and there's now just a bunch of kids running in a three-legged race, and at the back of the pack there's a little goblin and halfling who are running it together. The group all, or the onlookers all cheer as the race finishes, and then they'll kind of start to disperse a little bit. Looking around, the group now try and find something else to do, so they decide to investigate a stall that River has found that seems to be selling pies, but none of the pies are actually selling. So they go over, and the person behind the stall starts to instantly push pies on them, goes pies, 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 and then whispers to them, the good stuff's in the back. So River, Leaf and Tix all head into the back while Torrin stays outside. And inside, in the kind of tented area, they find a room that is filled with crates, and there's a wooden table at the back. And at that table is a red tiefling who has her boots, which are kind of brown ankle boots, up on a table. And she's wearing a long kind of flowy blue dress. And she's sitting there sharpening her nails with a dagger. When she sees them come in, she puts her dagger away in her boot, puts her feet down on the ground, and instantly leans forward, rapt to attention, and asks how she can help them. They ask what she sells, and what she sells isn't exactly stuff that you would find on the open market. A little bit of looking around, she produces a potion that is blue and very, very dusty, and she claims that it's a potion of strength. Then they ask what else there is. She brings out a little tiny blue pouch, or brown pouch rather, asking what's inside. It's apparently something definitely a little bit illegal, and will get them to enjoy a really good night out without the use of alcohol. And that one there would cost them 10 gold for that, I believe it was. And the potion of strength itself would cost them 200 gold. So Tex decides that they're going to buy them. And that's pretty much where we pick up. I might have covered some stuff that happened a little bit later, but that's pretty much where we pick up, just so that you all don't miss anything going forwards.
Spice.
Oh, 10 gold
Yeah.
for this one.
I
Done.
hand her 10 gold, and I take the brown pouch.
Okay, so
Do you have
add in
anything-
brown pouch to your interesting night out brown pouch
Interesting
into your inventory.
Night out.
I don't know if it'll actually be there on the inventory, so I'll make a little note here.
And I'll put it in my
Do you have anything that would maybe help be more invisible, or something, I don't know, useful in a battle?
Kind of thinks a little bit. Not so much anything like that. I
So
do
do you
have
just-
this. And she pulls out a bottle. Just like a green glass bottle. It's got a cork in the top and like a wax seal over the top of it, keeping the cork there.
What's
And
that
there's
do?
a little that reads Blue Wood Wine.
Blue wood wine?
Wine.
Wine. And what does that do exactly?
Well, it's wine. And this was... It's a rare wine that comes from... Well, it's not from here.
Poisonous?
I've heard of. But it's only for those with a really strong stomach.
How much is it?
15 gold.
When you say strong stomach, do you mean like strong as in like will it dissolve the stomach if the stomach isn't strong enough? Or you have to have a good like hardy stomach because it's a very strong drink?
The latter.
The latter. Okay, that's fine, just clarify.
This shit will get you in a real...
Okay.
Okay, look at everyone. Anyone?
Guess
How much that a potion
Yeah.
of strength that you were talking about, that maybe it's a potion of strength. How much if I get both of those?
Well, the potion... I'd say that'd run you 200 gold. So, the potion and the brown pouch, you can have it for 200.
All right.
Okay, so you taking both?
Yep.
Okay. So also make a little note of questionable potion of
Strength.
strength.
My favorite kind.
Anything I can steal.
She like pushes over towards you to where you are at a table and keeps a hand on the bottle of wine.
Do I see anything I can steal, DM?
She's keeping a hand on the bottle of wine.
Yeah, she's keeping a hand on the bottle of wine.
So I put my hand also on the bottle of wine, and I'm like, so what, do you want to share? Or what's, I mean, I'm happy to share, but I did give you the money.
Kind of slowly eases it across with a huge smile. And just leaves it.
Can I inside check?
Yeah, go for it.
17.
You get that she is extremely happy to be selling this stuff on. You get this stuff not entirely legal. Probably questionable as to how she obtained it in the first place, and is just trying to hawk everything off quickly.
Okay. Is there anything I can steal?
Make a perception check.
Nope. I don't see shit. I got a 3.
Okay. Yeah, you look
I'm just
around,
going to
everything just
magnify
seems
her
to be in
presence,
crates.
and I'm just like, nope.
Yeah.
So, should we head out then? And I'm like twitching.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
We're doing business, and she puts her feet back up on the table and pulls the dagger out of her boot and starts cleaning her nails again as you close the kind of drapes over for the door.
As we leave, I'm going to shout over my shoulder, "That's not sanitary!" and then walk out.
All right. So, Torin, can you make a perception check for me, please, while you're standing outside?
So bad. So that is just straight 8.
Straight 8.
You hear that there's a lot of chatter going around, but you're not quite able to discern exactly what people are talking about. But they are coming from a little bit further up the hill, more towards the gate.
We head that way? Hey guys, I hear a little something up further. Maybe we should head that way. I don't know. By the looks on your faces, I don't want to know what happened around the corner.
Let's go.
I picked up a couple things.
I mean,
It's fine.
yeah. Some people use things for, spiritual reasons. I'm not knocking anything. I just don't really want to know about it. So, yeah, I think we should head up that way.
Alrighty. So heading up, it takes you like a good 5 minutes to walk up there. There's a lot of people that are there and making their way back down until you see just this really small table, but it's got like a really large posterish background behind it that just reads lottery. Says 5 silver to win 1,000 gold. It's up to you if you would like to enter.
Sure.
I mean, sure.
5
Alrighty.
Let's enter.
I'm going to plop down my 5 silver.
All right. So who's all entering?
I am.
I am.
All 4, okay. So mark off 5 silver, everyone. And
Yeah.
I'm going to do the first. I've already rolled for this to see what number it should be. But you're all going to roll your first ever percentile dice rolls for me
Oh god.
in this campaign.
I don't even think I have
So
one of those
roll your
apps.
D100 and then roll a D10 beside.
I really don't know how to use
So,
Okay.
so
So you roll a D, you get a D10.
Yep, so
And
roll your
percentile.
percentile and then just roll a D10 beside it and then
I got a
Tell me
20
what
on the
number it is.
percentile and a 9
So-
on the other.
so
Yeah.
a D100 and a D10.
Yeah.
You roll them together.
What did your roll?
I
River?
got a 20 on the percentile and a 9 on the 10. I don't know what that
Okay.
means.
29.
Oh.
29.
29.
Okay, I don't think mine
So-
works.
You
Mine
put
didn't
your
work.
hand into this pouch and you pull out just a ball
Mine
that says
seems to make-
29
Okay.
and you show it over and he goes, oh, better luck next time,
12.
and takes the ball from you and puts it back in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I rolled mine right because my total came to 96.
Yeah, you did. So you go in, you pull out another ball that says 96 and turn it around.
Okay.
Sorry,
I
Oh,
rolled a
well.
36.
36.
Mm-hmm.
The exact same happens again.
Damn it.
It's rigged. It's rigged. It's rigged.
I rolled a 44.
44. Put your hand in, you pull it out again, no such luck. You see kind of in the very bottom corner of the poster, there's like a number that's etched in that says 61.
Ah,
Oh.
You had to roll a
No.
61 to win the 1,000 gold.
that's a tough one. Ah,
Yeah.
worth
Where's
a
the
shot.
gold located?
61, 61.
All right.
All
What do you
right.
guys want to do?
No.
I don't know. Anybody want some of this wine?
Yeah,
No.
I'll try some.
No, thank you.
Add that to
Really?
my.
Really good man?
Nope.
Really? All right.
So I'm gonna call this 1 times fancy wine.
So yeah. So I
Yeah.
popped
It was-
cork on the fluid wine, and I'm just
Yeah.
gonna take a swig out of the bottle.
Wait.
How big of a
wait.
swig?
Oh, I was going to give you guidance. Never mind.
No.
I appreciate you. You're a good friend. I really
Okay.
like you. It's fine. And I hand the bottle over to Leaf.
Okay. Roll a
Leaf,
constitution check.
guidance?
It's a check, not a save.
Constitution save.
Constitution
Yep.
check.
Con
I
save.
love you.
So check or save? Check.
Save. Sorry, it's a save.
Constitution save.
4.
Total of a 10. Woo.
I got 4.
Okay, what did you get, Leaf?
4.
Oh, geez.
You both grab it, and Leaf, before you're able to see what Tix's reaction is, you've already taken a swig as well. Tix's second, it hits your mouth. There's this like, kind of acrid sort of taste, and as it goes down, it feels like it's burning all the way down, and it doesn't seem to quite sit right. And you start to burp, even just with this really small amount.
Oh,
This has hit you like a freight train. This alcohol, and you are immediately extremely buzzed to the point of being really, really drunk on this. Leaf,
Oh my gosh.
you've already had a drink, had 2 drinks, and with that warm, sunny ale in your belly, really doesn't sit right at all, and you start.
oh no. I just back up. I back up.
Roll a dex save. Roll a dex for me. Dex.
That save throw.
Did you use that guidance I gave you yet?
Deal.
I've already used it. That's a 14.
You manage to just swerve away from any member of your party, but you catch the boots of someone else that's in the crowd.
Oh, nasty. Oh,
Oh,
I don't drink.
oh, it's everywhere. Oh no.
That
Oh, it's
smells great.
disgusting.
I'm
Sure
gonna roll a
don't.
perception check for this poor person that
Oh
you've
wait,
just
there's
barfed
more.
on
No, I
to
don't
see if
want
they've
any.
noticed. He doesn't
Dumbass!
notice.
Throw that shit away.
No.
Oh,
So you've managed to get away scot-free with barfing on this poor person's shoes.
We quickly
Yeah.
walked away in the other direction.
I shoved the fuck back in on the back of my bag.
Leg it, everyone leg it.
Leaf just starts like, after they've barfed, they feel pretty good and pretty drunk from this, and they're in a really good high feeling mood. And they start dancing around.
Okay.
Lord.
Oh.
What are we doing now, guys?
Why?
You know,
It's kind of starting to get to
Why?
like
why
the
not?
later afternoon.
Nice.
So
Why
it's up
not?
to you for what you want to do with the last kind of half of your afternoon.
I think we should
Game?
probably head back to the hotel. Well, B&B. I don't know where we're staying.
The tavern, yeah. Same tavern we've been in the whole time.
Right. Okay.
Airbnb of D&D.
Yeah.
Airbnb.
There you go.
Maybe we should get
As you're
you guys
walking
back.
Going back, or is there more to explore?
That's up
feel
to
like
you.
I feel like we. Actually, is there any stalls that are selling any like goods? Like, I don't know, just something fun, trinkets, flags, boas.
Yeah, you look around and there's flags everywhere. There's like little tiny like cloth ones that have been like, they look as though they've been like hand stitched, and it's just all the colours that you've been seeing on the rooftops, and they're just like on little tiny canes, and they're just being passed out for free.
Okay.
So you managed to like pick up a few of them on your way back. Stick one in your fur behind your ear.
Yeah.
All right. So
I got a couple free ones, and I'll stick them into my chainmail right here.
okay.
Little accent into the chainmail.
It's like the P flag sticker that you put on your shorts at every Pride.
Right?
It's not Pride without a P flag sticker.
True. So walking back, you do see that there's a couple other stalls, a lot of stalls that you haven't checked out yet.
I'll check them out. What do they look like they have?
There's one that looks as though it's selling a few things, one that looks as though it's like another kind of game sort of thing, and then over in the corner it's very, very quiet over there, you just see a little tiny kinku sitting on top of like a wooden stool with a cart beside them.
Oh,
So, what do you got over here?
Nuts and berries.
Craig the bear. Oh shit.
wow.
Nuts and berries.
That was unexpected.
I mean,
I mean, I'm not
no,
usually in
I could.
but, like, what kind of
Is
berries
this
you
an
got?
innuendo? Is this an innuendo of some sort? Nuts and berries. Don't know. That's a
Kind of point over and you look in the cart, and there is just literally
Okay.
buckets of nuts and berries.
It's literally nuts and berries. There's no hidden agenda here, everyone. Just thought I'd clarify that for everyone here in the team. There's no hidden agenda.
I'll just take a small, basket of this, or pint or half pint of actually the nuts and berries.
Okay, so you put your hand in,
This little thing is cute.
and they
as
go,
hell.
1 copper, 2 copper, 3 copper? How many handfuls are you taking out?
I think they said they wanted to take a punnet out.
A punnet, so kind of
Yeah.
how many? Try to think of how many handfuls that would be.
Just a half pint.
Yeah.
A pint, which is an American measurement. So
Oh,
Right.
right. That's why I'm like,
a little
Yes.
bit.
It's like a handful.
oh.
1 copper?
Yes, thank you. Maybe one more.
Kind of 2 copper?
Thank you, you cute little thing. Okay.
From the nuts and berries.
Put them in my pouch.
Thank you.
I can imagine Torrin seeing that, but with a bit of smoke just coming out of his nostrils.
What do
So
I
that was
owe you?
entertaining.
2 copper?
2 copper. Okay. All right. Here you go. There's 3 because you're at something.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you. Good
Bye.
luck, friend.
Bye.
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 What a character.
Wow,
Think
that
you're
was
adorable.
interesting.
That was.
Have some of your berries.
You betcha. Here's 1 copper.
Wait, don't puke them up. Whatever you do, please.
Keep them down.
No, this is gonna help
Berries
me.
that
It's
look
gonna,
like a murder
it's gonna
scene.
help.
Just comes
It's
all.
gonna help.
bad. Okay. All right. As we're leaving, can
Yep.
I clock to see if there is an individual with a heavy coin pouch?
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Which one should I use? Why can't I? 14 plus perception. Where is my perception? That's a dirty 20.
Ooh. So looking around, there's lots and lots of different people who are here, and none of them seem to be hiding their coin pouches. There are a few of them that look like they're a little bit larger, and it's all for people who seem to be kind of looking around at the various stalls.
Is there anyone that looks particularly intriguing or different, or like they might have something other than coin in their pouch?
Looking around, you do see a figure that's a little bit familiar from earlier on that day. You do see there just appears to be a small family. 2 adults, 2 children. They all kind of look Sylvan.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm not going to rob from a family, even if I give it back. I'm good.
Right. And then you all head off, narrowly avoiding picking the pocket of Sarah Emmett Citrus, the Queen's sibling. And that's where we'll end.